Whatever.
Perfect timing as usual. Hey guys, happy Monday. Here we are again. Hope you guys had a good weekend. Today we want to talk about changing your world.
How do you do that?
How do you do it?
That's the big question. Here's a secret. I'm going to give you guys a secret to life today. Want to hear it?
Are you ready for it?
Who wants to hear it? Give me hands up. All right, here's your secret to life. Give.
Ooh, well, that's it. Okay, we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Right?
Just kidding.
The secret is giving. So, how do you change your world? It starts with this. You have to make sure that this coming out of your mouth is right to change your world. Because you can't just think about it. You actually have to change your thoughts. And you have to change your speech.
And your behaviors.
Yeah. And if you're too busy being selfish, well, then you need to start giving. So even if you're on your last freaking dollar and you see somebody in need that needs that buck, you need to give it to them. Because you will be provided for. There is a basic rule in this world, and it's called sowing and reaping. And it is in existence. It's not just biblical. It is a basic rule. That's why we're talking about this. See, I was texting a friend this morning, so that was fresh on my brain, because him and I were going, he's older than I am, and we were just flying back and forth on texting. But that's why. So Steve, I know you're gonna watch this, but yeah, that's one of the pieces we talked about.
I think the other piece too with changing your world is, when we get so self-consumed, when we get depressed or we think we don't have enough of something, or I don't know, something's got us kind of in this downward spiral. And if you can be present enough in your thoughts to do something for somebody else and take the focus off of yourself, you can't help but be happier. So just another way of looking at or thinking about reaping and sowing.
Yeah, and you got to lead yourself.
Oh yeah.
We talk about leadership all the time. We talk about how leaders need to lead with empathy, love, humility,
compassion.
But man, how are you supposed to, if you can't even do that for yourself, and how are you going to do it for others? I mean, that just puts you in the same realm of what I spoke of last week about if you're trying to help somebody and you're too busy judging them, you're not going to help them.
Right.
You can't help those that you're judging. It's impossible. That's like trying to mix oil and water. It's not going to mix.
You can try really hard, but then it gets all weird at the top.
Yeah, and if you try really hard in your life, guess what happens? It gets all
weird at the top. We can always put a little bit of humor in this. What I've started to notice is the need for people wanting to change other people's lives. Had some really great conversations over the weekend about just peer groups, PEER groups, of people coming together and trying to understand behavior, trying to understand themselves, their relationships, their marriages, how to communicate better. It's so deep to go into how to change your world. And changing your world can be just waking up with a different attitude, a different conversation, doing something for somebody else. Those are probably the easiest. And then when you really start to study it and to learn it and to understand your behavior and your thought process, it's kind of like everything else around you is moving at 100 miles an hour and you're going in slow motion. You really start to see the colors and hear certain things you didn't hear before. And you're so hyper aware of what's going on around you that it gets exciting when you understand the power that you have in changing your current circumstances and then moving forward to be able to change on a daily basis, one little thing at a time, and it all starts with what's right between your ears.
But you still got to remember the truth.
Well,
Like
yeah.
what you're saying is right, but if you haven't got to the truth,
Mhm.
then you may have moments,
Yeah.
but you're not going to have, it's not going to be sustainable. So in order to make it sustainable, you have to find truth, and you have to find the truth within. Otherwise you can't be set free. And if you're not set free, then like I said, it's not sustainable. So the truth really does set you free, because then you're making different choices. And when you're looking at life different. So yes, what Kim is talking about, it does seem like things slow down. If you've ever watched the movie The Matrix, any of them, the whole series, what have you, that's almost literally what we're talking about when Neo sees the Matrix for what it is. And he understands the Matrix, and then he's able to manipulate and do all of this stuff. That's almost what it's like when you actually find the truth. It's, if you haven't watched the movie, watch it, the whole series, because then you understand what I'm saying. Because when you do find the truth within your life and within yourself, it's really similar to that, and you can pull so much life out of that movie when you understand that piece of it. Can you see that? I mean,
Yeah.
you've watched that
Absolutely.
movie.
Yeah.
But do you understand what I'm saying with the whole Neo and how he, isn't that what it's kind of like and what you're kind of explaining?
Yeah, because we tend to go through our lives thinking that we don't have any control over it. It is what it is. My least favorite saying in the world, because it's not what it is. And you can change it. You have the power to write your own story. You can change your world with one thought, with one smile. You know, you can change how you feel about something. You can change your physiology with just jumping out of your chair, with getting in a different state, a state of excitement instead of a state of sadness. You make different decisions that way. You actually make better decisions that way. And, you know, you're more likely to make a good business decision on the golf course having a bad game than you are going to a really good lunch, because you're in a totally different state, right? Completely different. When you're eating, you're in this la la land and you're happy and you're looking at the flavors and you're still sedentary, you're still sitting still. When you get on the golf course, everything is working. Your entire body is in sync. Your brain is working. You're hypersensitive to your listening.
Well, that's if you're having a good game.
Well,
I have been known to lose clubs in water.
Well, you can't be wrapping them around trees, because then we're going to go in a different direction. But you know what I'm saying, right? You get what I'm saying.
I do, but you said humor.
I know. Yeah.
Throwing some.
Yeah. I haven't thrown any clubs in the water. I have thrown balls in the water, though.
Okay. To my defense, that was a long time ago when I was a very angry individual.
Yeah, that was me like
I'm
2
not
days
that
ago.
guy no more.
Just kidding.
Jesus.
But the people, you know, that are coming to us, that are on the lives, that are coming into our clarity sessions, are, you know, people that have been watching us for months and sitting back and going, oh, that's a really good point. Well, maybe I should look into this. Maybe we should talk about that. Or they hit a certain point of being aware that they are at a crossroads, and everything they're doing is great, and they even got the books and they're even reading them. But now how do I apply it? How do I walk it out? Because the book's not going to help you necessarily walk it out. And I like working with people, obviously. But even for myself, if I want to grow, which we all should be wanting to do that, it's something that we study every single day, is how to not only change our world and keep ourselves in the proper alignment, but also how to reach our audience and make sure that they're going in the right direction. So people that are coming here, you, as a matter of fact, you that's watching right now, are ready. You're ready for that next step. You're ready for more information. You're ready to really, truly start applying it instead of maybe just coming on and listening to our lives every day, which we very much appreciate. But now it's time for that next step.
Yep. And you are 100% right. And when people really find out that truth and they really start changing the world, you have to be cautious, because sometimes what'll happen is you can start getting into regret. You know, why didn't I do this sooner? Why didn't I see this sooner? I wasted all of this time and now I'm here. You've got to understand that you don't waste time in the shit you're in, because those are all lessons. So shift. Again, here we come, right back to the damn head again. If you shift your thinking about what you're going through and understand that life, here we go again, life happens for you, not to you. All right. Your job is not to manage your circumstances. It's to create your life. But when you understand that and you can internalize that and process that, don't get caught up in regret, because regret is terrible and it kills. I'm not saying it's going to kill you, but it will kill here. So don't let that happen.
Yeah.
And we don't let that happen. I mean, I see it. I mean, we've dealt with it with some clients. We've dealt with it in some clarity sessions, but you just can't, or you shouldn't, feel regret. We learn in this life, and we constantly learn. Just freaking relax. Sit back, smell the roses, take the time, do what you got to do. But damn it, live your life. Don't live the life of somebody else. Don't live what somebody else is telling you to live. Your life. That's why we came up with the name for the company of Own Your Life, because we want people to own their life. That's the whole reason we came up with it. It was a simple discussion that developed into 4 questions that came into a workshop, that came into COVID, that came into a company that hasn't stopped, and here we are. And that's literally what we want you to do. We want you to own your life. Every piece that we have in our program, everything that we're coaching for, is result, and I mean result oriented, and we will not stop until you own your life. So if we come hard sometimes, it's because we love you and we want you to own your life. There is no reason to go through life not doing that. The worst thing you can possibly have at the end of this is regret.
And this is about you. This isn't about your spouse. It's not about your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your job. It's not any of those things. It's really about you. So if you're sitting back there feeling like, I don't want to be judged by, or, what would they think of me if I were to get a coach? And, people can have opinion, and their opinion about what you do is really none of your business. It's really none of their business, but it's really, more importantly, none of your business. Facebook is great, but we have to be really careful about what we read and what we interpret and what we put our time into, because you can get sucked into those things and it can be detrimental to what you're trying to do and the progress that you're trying to make. So the only thing that happens with that is that you start reliving the past. Maybe somebody might say something that takes you down and you just really can't get it out of your head. It's one of those things that haunts you. You go to sleep with it, you wake up with it. You've got to start taking control of you and changing your world, and keep coming to us, even if it's just to listen to us on a daily basis. But really what we would suggest is going to our website at ownyourlifellc.com and signing up for a free clarity session. And don't think that you have to have answers or you need something to be able to say. We come with the questions that gives you the opportunity to just kind of dig into where you're feeling stuck right now. What are some of the emotions that you're going through? And then we can put together a plan that works for you, no matter what that is, and we can get to work. And that's what it is. We're not, of course, we want to have you for friends forever, but we're not here to keep you as clients forever. Our goal is fast results right now to get you to the next level that you want to be at. So, yeah, it's all up to you. It's your control. If there's any questions or topics that you want us to cover, any kind of tips or anything that you want us to share with you, please let us know. And make sure that too, when you go to the website, ownyourlifellc.com, that you sign up for the newsletter, because we will be adding things in there like events. Yeah, we're going to be doing those. And that will be a privilege, because right now with everything going on, this is our studio.
Yep.
This is how we work. And if you do sign up for a clarity session, it will be done through Zoom. So no worries there. You can connect with us anytime, but
the focus right now is definitely digital. I mean, that's
Yep.
where we have to go. It's the world we live in right now. We're okay with that. But just think about it. You have us digitally. You start buying some programs that we pre-recorded and have done. You get a workbook with it, so on and so forth. And then we finally get to go live in some city in this beautiful world of ours.
yeah,
We finally get to go live. Just think about how cool and exciting and refreshing that's going to get to be when you come and just interact with us.
Mhm.
And we have the energy in the room, and you get to interact with other people, and we're high level, and we're having fun, and we're making progress. And oh man, it's just going to be so freaking cool. And we're going to do our best to bring that in this kind of a platform.
yeah.
But live is going to be a blast, and we're just going to have to be a little bit patient for it. But I mean, we're busting our ass trying to get here, trying to get all this stuff digitally to you and bring as much possible value as we can. So we're trying, and we got roadblocks.
Because we love you guys.
We got roadblocks, and we're about to come into another one, and we'll get to that probably later this week, huh,
Yeah.
Kim?
Yeah.
We're going to have to announce that. So
Stay tuned.
but yeah,
We're not going anywhere.
No.
Believe me.
no.
It just might look different along the way, which isn't
Yeah.
bad, because it's still forward. And we really truly do care about each and every one of you. So as always, we have much gratitude for you. Thank you so much for always just popping in here, even if it's just for a couple minutes. Leave a message here so that we know you are here. Make sure that you share our videos, like and share all over the place, even if it's in different platforms and pages.
Maybe that's what our foundation can be.
Like and share?
No, Humanity Project Foundation.
Oh, look at you. I love it. I think we just had a baby. You heard it here first.
But that could be our foundation. Oh, yeah,
I
I
like
like that.
That's it. That's what it is. I like that. Wow. That's really cool. This is how it happens. This is how we do it. Okay, anyways. Better get us off of here before we get crazy.
Cry.
If you're not having fun, you're doing it wrong. All right, guys. We love you, appreciate you. As always, leave your topics below. Stay tuned for this week's podcast on Thursday. It's going to be a doozy.
Love you guys.
We'll talk to you later.